one of us can be like, thank you for the bits, or like, thank you for the donation.
We're creating creatures and plants for a floating castle built into a geode-type mountain. Sky creatures built for flight, plants that grow in and around gems and geodes, a unique urban environment with cascading farmlands on the outer edges. Ready, steady, spaghetti, and go!
Oh, it's almost thorn, but hey, gold.
A white tiger, stag beetle's head, and a long tail studded with gemstones like an ankylosaurus. The flesh slurry of their prey. Does that mean they like? Oh, they like smush it. And
Yeah,
then
like using
it's like
gravity
it's
magic.
like they turn their prey into basically a slushy.
Yeah. I like to think that they use it. They like use their big tail to like hit the ground, and that's what can help activate their gravity magic.
Okay. I can work with this sauce. I'm gonna make it like a really thick tiger.
Yeah,
I
you should
think.
make it a thick tiger.
I have ideas.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready, David.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is gonna be neat. I feel like if it was getting colored though, I wouldn't want to make it a white tiger, but that's just because like there are a lot of like sad connotations with white tigers, and so I would want at least like a different one. But the stripies of a tiger and stuff are good. Ooh, and alright, creature, crystal glut. Ooh, yes, we need something to eat the crystals. It's a mole-like creature that eats the rocks and minerals. Good. Sunderbeeste Part 3. They have some spiked armor plates on their back. Okay, so nice. So going more to the ankylosaur vibe. So I gotta get going. Stay catchy.
Aww.
Bye, Soul. Have a good time at your Chicago
Have
the
fun.
Musical. Bye. Let's see. Red. Oh, David, the banner is still set to art wheel instead of the exclamation categories one.
Oops.
Oh.
That's my bad.
Ah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Red. Cat. Mumford's just a distinguished little guy. I don't know. Always. Every day I wake up and must be confirmed Mumford and a tone. Should I have given the win today to Red? You're like, that's what I needed. Ooh, jumping creature. The co-opt. The small horse equivalent of the nightmare. But instead of having full mane of tail fire, it is swirling wisp of smoke. Where the fiery mane and tail would be is just still as a newborn. Oh, okay. So it's sort of a nightmare or Ponyta, but then smoke instead of the fire. That's cool. What had it inhabit this area? Because that'd be kind of neat, like horse type thing with the smoke like running around. What was the connotation about white tigers? Oh, well, it's just that they're all inbred, technically. Like any white tigers are kind of just a result of inbreeding, and usually like 1 in 10 of them are healthy, kind of thing. So that's why. It doesn't eat the crystals much. Oh, no, sorry. I just assumed it ate the crystals, but now I'm worried about the much worse.
Oh, what was the addition that they added to this guy?
They said some like armored plates on its back.
Okay.
Like spite stuff. Although I don't want to go too crazy with that, I want to think, because I know we have a lot of armored ones. But maybe we could have some like indentations or something. A bow tie and top hat. Yes, for Mumford, exactly. Bow tie and top. Only Mumford I know is the band. Is there a band with that? Let's see. Rose person had a duel that day that led to Mumford. Is it? Oh my god, I didn't think about that. I actually was thinking, I know that you can do stuff on stream where you can make like, depending on a redeem or something, you can make images appear. So I was thinking, Ash, maybe we should have something like that to make Mumford and his like hat and stuff come up on screen.
So that it's like how Red Cap has stuff that pops up.
Wait, no,
but then it would just be Mumford.
That's not a redeem. That has to be if you give like bits or sub or something, then Mumford appears and it's like a little text bubble that he's like, thank you, or something like that.
Why? It sounds like we're punishing people.
Gold. Here's an interesting thing. What do you think of the Sunderbeeste's natural predator would be if it had armor plates on its back? Oh, that depends, because it also has gravity magic manipulation. It's a tiger, so it has to be something strong. It also, a creature having some armored plating doesn't necessarily mean it's a prey item. It could just mean there's like...
could be a defense against other ones of its kind, too.
Yeah. Consider they're partly stag beetle. The armor could be used to defend against rival Sunderbeeste. Yep. Exactly. I like that drone. Maybe the armored plates are there to protect an extra fragile organ, which is what allows them to control gravity around them. My idea that I thought was its tail that is all like ankylosaur vibes could be almost magical geodes that form it, or like gems, and that's what it's smashing on the ground to manipulate gravity. Maybe the gravity power allows its thin whip-like gem tail to hit with more weight than it actually has. Oh, that's cool. It could kind of be a multiple creature trait thing, because in birds specifically, it's, you know, having the brightest, most beautiful feathers, and for beetles, it's winning a fight. If you mix the concept of trying to have those beautiful crystals on these creatures, while also during a fight, the goal is to destroy the rival's crystals. Mila, what if you can combine the joints to have spikes like beetle, but the fur surrounds it, or maybe a claw can have a tiny spike on top of the claw? The spikes on the end of a beetle's feet would probably be to help it grip onto things and move around, but if this tiger creature already has claws, would it need that? Does this count as a bug or a mammal? Regarding the organ, I think that it's possible for there to be both the tail bang and the armor organ thing to work. The organ generates the magical signal, but the tail is what disperses it. Where would you imagine the organ is as far as like the armored thing? Because if it's one organ that the armor is supposed to be protecting, is there a reason then the armor is covering the entire back? If this thing is armored and the armor's all around the spine, like on the back connected to the spine, this probably would not be as flexible as a normal cat. So is it more like rigid, and that's why it uses the gravity to help do that, to kind of counterbalance that? Yeah, it's a bit more protected, but it can't move as well. The armor on the back isn't like solid plate, but several plates. This thing, it's more armored plating, not a solid piece, because that would be less flexible. Ooh.
And I'm putting a geode locked inside a flesh, almost like when you get your ears pierced. So the one side is like slammy and one side is stabby.
That's cool.
Goomer, he's such a baby.
He's sleepy.
Yeah, he bends in so well. All I see is ears and a single foot. Yeah, he's folded inward. Oh, he didn't like that. He's like, okay, put me down.
Yeah,
Ready.
So, yep.
Set. And go.
Hey, Xander, you've never had one before. Now you got it. Woo! Maybe they are more bird or bat-like in appearance if they're Umbra adjacent. They would be a subclass of Gale Umbra, something derived from the same genetic family but aren't full-fledged Umbra. Because it says they're distant cousins. So they are not Umbras, but they're distant cousins. So they would obviously still share some Umbra traits. I was at first going to say, should they be treated as pests, or are they something that people living here tame or maybe use sometimes? Umbra use them to replenish their magic via consumption. These guys are more like, they're big enough that like a person could ride it, like a horse. My love, are you thinking of these as being more like gliders with how you're currently making their shape and stuff? Mm-hmm. Ooh, cool.
I was thinking to make them not like just dragon-esque. Mm-hmm. I'm going with a beak.
Yeah, it's more bird thing. In that part, yeah.
And then feathers that almost make them look fluffy. Their beak texture goes all the way up their head.
This one is a smaller relative of our version of dragons. Red, they float this idea to Ash when she gets back to this creature, but the size of a flying squirrel. The size of that would be really cute.
He would sound like a rubber chicken. I love that.
Yeah.
It could be that they train them to hold like some kind of device or something that people could attach to ride.
Oh, that'd be cute. I can imagine 3 of them perched on a branch like pigeons and a massive Umbra flying past, and these guys just flying off and flight. Yes.
They're like, oh.
You know, what about that? Is there just way
maybe
too
they're
many
little
of them?
menaces.
Yeah, are there way too many of them around here? Do they maybe steal livestock that normally big Umbras don't care about? I imagine that these, if they do some kind of bat-like, that they just cling to the sides of the inner walls of this like sky castle, like Geodis, and maybe sometimes they're up there in big numbers, just like in little colonies. So maybe their claws are retractable, only extending when they land. Ooh, that's cool.
Retractable claws would be beneficial for sure.
Yeah.
Ready.
Yep.
Set. And spin. Wait. Drone!
Drone, you won! Yay! Drone, the core build of the Skydarters is a jewel beetle.
I think the leggies ended in hooks, if I remember correctly.
Fine hook tips. Yes. Move metallic exoskeleton. Do they fly mostly or glide? Because I think it said like updrafts and stuff, and they like dart around using that.
And also they can control gravity.
Ooh.
So that they can hover in a single spot or turn on a dime.
They're very acrobatic, I guess. in nature and how they're like working with like flying about.
I think
around.
they'll be very pretty to color.
They're bug sized, I guess, right, Drone? Or are they bigger than normal bugs, but still not like huge? Because I figured they're not huge. The size of a human fist. Okay, so they're about like Drone. They are hard to hunt due to their unpredictable flight pattern. The gravity fields jutting them out of the path of predators before they can bite down. They also have a blinding flash when they're cornered, using the moment of blindness to escape the predators. Oh, maybe there's something that hunts them but also is blind and like uses more air currents or hearing, because then that could be something that these guys have a harder time dealing with. And Skydarters is primarily nocturnal, and when they fly around in the dark, it looks like little stars moving. Oh yeah, because they glow. They kind of made multiple nests all around the castle of masonry as they open up gaps in the stone and make tunnels that are only navigable by them using gravity manipulation. Oh, that's cool that's the only way. That'd make it hard for other
them
stuff.
like going in and then they're like...
Yep, just flipping spiral pattern to their shell, as they're technically a form of air elemental creature. Their species evolved to live off air elemental magics the island has an abundance of. The insect form is just a remnants of their organic ties to the past. Why is it making that sound? They have a good reason for why it's... That's not what it should be doing. Entertainers, see you later. Bye.